So, welcome back to the Penciled In Podcast, episode 6, with me, Penciled In Mike, or as always, the Quen, Penciled In Nikki.
Hello.
We have our sensational producer, Petter.
Hello.
Sporting a very cool background, as always. And with us once again, Myles Smith returns. Thank you very much.
I've returned from my hiatus.
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm good.
Good to see you, dude.
Thanks for joining us again.
Absolutely. We're going to talk some, just kind of what we enjoy in wrestling, some catch, some atomic, what's coming up, all that good stuff today. So we'll just jump straight into it.
Before we do, Petter, behind you on your screen, that is our beloved Banter Bus member, Danny Proper, bent over, correct? And is that Mr. Greenwood watching on as somebody descends onto him with what looks like a barbed wire snowboard?
Yes. Scotty rolled out a photo.
That's an appropriate background, sir. I appreciate it.
I'll be brutally honest, I
also,
didn't expect to be staring at the crack of Danny Proper's ass for as long as it did, but I'm still staring.
What's written all over it? He's got stuff written on it.
I can't get past the line.
It's very much like when you used to leave school and you'd have everyone write like a name.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone's noticed the I can't work out if it's Deirdre Barlow or Andy Warhol at the bottom on Danny's knee.
Yes, I thought
it's got to be.
It's got a bit of an Andy Warhol.
It's got to be Deirdre.
Got to be Deirdre. Let's be honest.
I've literally it's millimeters on my screen.
Well, I'm assuming
so I can only see white hair.
So I'm assuming that is a nice kind of Easter egg as to what we're going to hear about.
I can just imagine that it's the ghost of Deirdre Barlow shouting to Scotty Rock, "Don't do it!
Don't you dare!"
Yeah, as opposed to saying, "I didn't do it." It's just saying, "Do it."
That is that's one of those photos that goes hard.
That's an Easter egg if you're a Corey fan, really.
Yeah, true. So yeah, you guys are going to tell us about some awesome shows that you have been to, right?
Yeah, I am.
If memory can help us, yes. But I feel my colleague that is with us today will probably do most of the talking.
I'll try.
So should we get into it?
Let's go.
Yes.
So what have you been up to this week? Because not gonna lie, the Discord was fucking popping for Catch and Atomic this week. So genuinely really excited to hear about this.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, as you said, Myles and Meek both caught Catch and Atomic. So we may as well start with Monday night. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Because it seems the better option.
It does seem like the better option, but that's not the way we do things here. So don't worry.
No, it's not. I mean, it was a long day travelling up from Southampton to get there as well, which helped. But that's a story for another time, I feel. But yeah, the opening match saw the number one contender for the Catch Pro women's title in Lily Winter. She took on I think it was the debuting Mother of Chaos in Casey Owens.
Yeah, that was a debut.
Oh, wasn't it just? I will let you give me your thoughts and then I will give you mine.
Good opener. Didn't know what to expect. I've seen Casey a few times. Like I've seen a death match against Lucy Sky at TNT. Superb match.
It was great.
Didn't know what to expect with her normal matches. Like I've seen a couple of her normal matches, but this was a good introduction for Casey into Catch, I think.
I mean, I hadn't seen Casey before, but I think I can't remember who it was. Someone had told me it was who did the death match with Lucy, and I immediately knew a bit more straight away because I remember watching a bit of that match. Still to watch it as of yet, but I'm sure I'll get to it. It couldn't have been any polar opposites on the kind of heaven and hell scale, really, for this match.
True.
Lily coming out all white and fluffy, happy-go-lucky, and Casey Owens is the complete opposite. Just
looks like she wants to kill you.
Just looks like she's from hell. she. It's the rare time I've seen anyone kind of on a debut, especially, come out and just kind of tear it down straight away and just look £1 million, because I'm not using dollars, I'm using pounds. This was a really fun match.
Hard hitting as well.
Yeah. I've never seen Winter having a fully hard hitting match. In truth, it's been like a normal like wrestling. I mean, she's been up against like the likes of Sky, Raven, Hudson, like most of the Northwest scene. But it's the first time I've genuinely thought Winter may get killed here.
Oh.
Because Owens just absolutely beat the snot out of her.
Wow.
in this match.
I've never seen her in that situation before myself. It's always been when she turns up, she's always very much a presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Like she's the badass here.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
Because Catch is the only place I've been to where Lily is like the baby face. She's a heel everywhere. So when you see the flip side, it kind of takes a bit to get your head round.
It's unnerving, isn't it? It's unnerving.
Yes.
I can't cheer for Joseph Connors.
It's all.
I really do.
When you have someone that's like evil at every promotion, and then the good guy or the good girl, it's more terrifying in a way because you don't expect it.
Yeah.
Like the other way around with people like Brady Phillips and stuff, because when we started this thing, I don't know if we talked about it on any of the ones we put out, but Brady Phillips for you was face in most places, and we only knew him as a heel.
Yeah.
I've never seen him as a face.
Okay. So it must. I don't know, maybe it was Joseph Connors then, because we like only knew him as a heel himself.
I've seen Connors as a good.
Yeah.
That was it.
WCPW years ago.
I remember
and maybe ICW.
To go between those is weird.
Yeah.
And, like, it does take a minute. Uncle Ryan, I can't boo for that motherfucker. But we have to boo for that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Ryan, you're a legend.
We love you, Uncle Ryan.
Sorry, carry on.
But as Myles and me was said, this was just brutal from Owens on Winter. It's Winter kind of bravely fought in this match. Took so many lumps. Owens just looked a star in this. It's got to be said. There's not too much I can say that was like bad about it, if anything. Winter took the victory. I'm trying to remember what the finisher is called.
She spiked cold shoulder, ain't it? Or was it? No, it wasn't the cold shoulder.
No,
it was
cold shoulder's I always say cold shoulder, but that's when it's like almost like an F5 TKO move she does.
It was her other finisher.
Yeah. So what I can never remember.
Her on the head, basically.
Yeah. It's basically the skull crushing finale.
Yeah.
But Owens really took it, like almost spiked into the ring.
Wow.
Bit of afterwards after the match as well.
Oh yes. So Winter, as I say, picks up the victory. Everyone's expecting kind of, the standard winner stays in the ring, loser leaves the ring, goes back. No, not here. Owens, with the help of a mystery assailant, wearing a mask in all kind of army. I say army. It looked like the Shield in kind
Commando.
of with like a chest protector and everything. We were trying to guess who it was.
I said Ethan Allen, but I was like, nah, it's not Ethan Allen. No chance.
It was definitely not Ethan Allen.
No.
He was 6'2" and 300 pounds, man.
Someone said Jacob North.
Yes, there was one I heard, and then we heard Jacob North, and I was trying to look at the eyes.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get a decent look. But I could imagine, and I could see North working really well if it was at Catch Pro. I mean, he may have done it in the past because I'm quite a new fan to catching, in truth. But yeah, the match itself, really enjoyed it. The aftermath with Owens saying, "You haven't seen the last of me," and then slapping Winter. It was so stiff, the slap. I genuinely thought Winter might have cried at one point.
Oh no!
She gave like the sympathetic kind of, like a droopy face of like, I think she may actually burst into tears because it was so stiff. It was like we had like oohs and ahs.
Yeah.
So like Jimmy Uso when he slapped Gunther.
Just like
it wasn't quite Gunter slaps. It was a stiff shot. I'll put it at that.
Yeah.
But that's going to be interesting moving forward. Because you've got the next show, I believe, Lily will face Lizzie Evo for the women's title.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because it should have been this month, but then it
Lizzie
got
was
moved.
on WWE apparently.
Yes. So before the show started, Mark Adams, who's the announcer, came out, said, unfortunately, Lizzie isn't here. She's in London helping out with WWE, which drew massive boos and chants of "fuck the Fed."
Of course.
So funny. It was like Charlie and round. Yeah.
No.
Literally.
There's no attitude in him.
I don't believe you.
It was one of those chants where sometimes you'll get like a couple. I mean, Myles and me will know this from Wednesday night. You start a chant, it doesn't particularly always take off.
Yeah.
And this took off, like everyone was chanting.
This was like mob mentality. If you started a revolution today, you were going with it. Kind of thing. It's like, you know what, I buy into all this with my life.
But it made it even funnier because everyone's just gone, fuck the Fed, like really kind of like angry. And it came to Mark just stood in the ring and went, well, I'm glad for her at least.
Oh,
Deadpan face.
Did he look really disappointed? Oh, Mark, I love him.
He's become the voice of our weekends, Mark Adams. So
I love Mark because even if it's disingenuous or if it's like being truthful, the deadpan style he has.
It's perfect, isn't it? Sometimes.
But anyway, we then started the first of many block matches in the Enigma series. So the Enigma series it's almost like the Japanese kind of I'm trying to think what it is now, the tournament.
Round robin. It's like a round robin
tournament.
Yeah,
it's a bit like the G1 in a sense.
Yeah. And the Continental Classic in AEW is a bit of a smaller version of that.
So it's 15 minutes for the match.
2 points for a win.
2 points for a win. Minus -2 to DQ.
-1 for a DQ.
Yep.
And then 1 point for a draw.
Yeah. So
-1 for a DQ is a very, very interesting rule. I like that a lot.
So the opening block, the opening match even saw Block A, Scott Oberman taking on Dynamite Lee Dawson.
Light the fucking fuse.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's one thing with when you go to sort of like family shows and then you go to like 18 shows, everything's always the name, but just put like the F word between.
Yeah.
Same old. By the way, Oberman was a bit short of getting into the ring. However, they did carry on playing the music and had everyone in the ring looking at the music people just going, do you want to stop the music anytime soon? To which even Oberman looked at him and just gone, you can stop it if you want. We are ready to wrestle now.
Which
is a rarity for Oberman because he will let that thing run.
I was going to say Wild Thing or like the Final Countdown or any other song would be great for wrestling, but nothing else matters. As far as any other Metallica song would be fine to wrestle with. It's like, let's get the energy going. But nothing else matters.
It's not the most hype, is it?
Yeah. You're not exactly going to get some fast-paced action
if you went to Atomic, it is different. But yeah, so Oberman and Dawson. What was your take on it, Myles?
50-50 match. I think both these guys went toe-to-toe. And you would not expect Dynamite, being the smaller guy, to go like pretty much face-to-face with Oberman. It was, a good scrap.
Nice.
It's out of all the matches, this was the most kind of 50-50. I think a couple of them you felt he's going to win, or you kind of undecided what could happen, but this one you really couldn't predict who was going to like be the winner. Oberman, he is a star. Oberman.
Yeah.
Dawson for me is in a strange kind of purgatory at the moment, because I think he's better than a lot, but then
he's not been given that many.
He's not been given a chance where he's not plateaued, because that's unfair to say. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Is he ready to take the next step? He just needs that one match.
I think he is.
Yeah.
To show that extra level.
I'd like to see him in a main event match.
Right. Yeah. Stuff like that. Something that puts the pressure on him as a performer to allow people to see what's clearly already there.
Yeah.
A good example of how good he is, for those that have seen him in the triple threat match last year for Future Shock, he took on Lance Rivera and Chris Ridgway in a triple threat for the Adrenaline title. For most of last year, that was my number one match.
Yeah.
That was that was in
the Discord at some point. I do recall.
Somebody said it might have even been you, Myles.
It was one of the best matches I'd seen, because it really could have gone any way between all three. But then after that, I haven't seen Dawson other than like the odd appearance at like Future Shock, or I've seen him like helping out at Rev Pro, but though with Rev Pro he seems to kind of get involved a couple of times on things, but whether that leads to anything, I don't know. But the match itself, both men basically kind of beat each other up. Dynamite obviously being the high flyer, taking more risks. We saw a great one of Dawson leaping off the top rope and getting caught with a cutter.
Oh, that spot was
Oberman. There's certain spots in wrestling where you think, I hope to see it, or you wonder where it'll go in. With Oberman, that is one of the many moves he does where I'm so glad he does it, because it looks so smooth and great when it's hit.
It's something about the way Oberman drops that fucking cutter. It's I don't know if it's his hair or it's just his I don't know, the way he drops. It's devastating.
Yeah. He's got the mechanics, as they say.
Yeah. He clearly has, like, I think you can see the timing. It's like that that gif of Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover with all the fucking equations. He just knows exactly where to be. Perfect time. Let's just go. It is blasting every time I've seen it personally. Yeah.
Oberman took victory with the spinning tombstone.
The Spirit of the Blues.
Thank you.
What a name.
What's it called, sorry?
Is that the Spirit of the Blues? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's stunning. Love
Everton fan. Boo.
But
Boo that man.
But it's still my favourite one a few weeks ago, where he got introduced as being from Liverpool. But I think Everton had just won a game, and he said to Greenwood, who was emceeing at the time, he just tapped James on the shoulder and just said, can you announce it as something else? So Greenwood went back to the middle and says, my apologies, hailing from Everton. Overman, with the most smuggest look you will ever see than normal, looked up at like the balcony where all the wrestlers was and just went,
yeah.
Shit house.
Bloody toffees.
Yeah. So Oberman was the first person to get 2 points on the board. We then witnessed, I mean, you only needed like the chalk round Gorgon in this match, in fairness, as Vusek took on Gorgon.
Is this small forward?
This was effectively Gorgon getting beat mercilessly
Yeah.
by Vusek. Gorgon, to his credit, tried anything he could. He tried to kind of use a bit of momentum. No, Vusek just out-wrestled him, beat the crap out of him.
Class.
It wasn't a squash match, but it was close to it.
All right.
I don't know if you think the same.
Yeah, it was close to being a squash.
If he's a Gorgon, why didn't you turn into stone, man?
But
We're not just wrestling, we're intellectuals.
I'm glad you said that with a straight face. But this, I'm trying to figure out if they had Gorgon as the babyface in this match.
Gorgon was Vusek started off as the babyface until afterwards, after the match. Gorgon got no reaction. Everyone was chanting for Vusek.
Yeah.
Right.
Because at
one point, Vusek wanted Gorgon's mask. He's working the mask, and I got a little chant going, "Fuck the mask."
It did make me laugh.
That's some pretty heel shit.
Because I think Gorgon seems to be heel most places, and Vusek, last time I saw him was like heel, and so having heel v heel, it almost seemed like they were trying to have. I don't know what they were trying to do. In fairness,
it was a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it didn't particularly work, I feel, until about 5 minutes in, or may have been less than 5 minutes in, where I think you started the chant of like "fuck the mask," and then all of a sudden, Gorgon just went, "Yeah," but even then, he still got battered. I'm thinking, right, you must be the babyface then.
Yeah, he was.
He beat him
like the babyface.
But as opposed to like a sympathetic babyface, did not happen. Everyone was chanting for Vusek. There was no chance for Gorgon. It was.
I think Jeebus got a little pop at him.
Yeah.
Our good friend Mark.
Shout out Jeebus. Shout out the wrestling Jeebus.
But it was effectively pro Vusek in that room.
I can't remember how the match ended. Right. Did it end in a submission? It was a tap.
Oh yes, he put.
Was it a crossface or was it an armbar?
No, I think he put him in like a sharpshooter. I'm trying to remember now. This is because I've slept, but I think he put him in like a sharpshooter maneuver to draw the submission. I'm just scrolling very quickly. No, I've deleted the photos. But he put him in he got a submission win, effectively, because he stretched Gorgon every which way by Sunday.
Held it in after the match as well.
Oh yeah. So
Well, that's naughty.
He got the submission win, and then went back to Gorgon, proceeded to put the move back on him. Everyone's kind of... I think they wanted everyone to boo, and they weren't booing.
Oh, no.
And who do you want as the knight in shining armor to come out and save you when you're being beaten up by someone? Who would you possibly send out?
Who would you want?
Yeah.
Who?
Any wrestler. Who
Anyone.
would you want to save you?
Just anyone, yeah.
And who came out to try and help? Ian Skinner. In his lovely fur coat. Cool guy, loads of friends.
Dressed as the Riddler.
Yes. So he got in the ring. Vusic stopped. And we all thought, oh, Skinner's going to take down Vusic. No. Skinner still put it back on him after he kicked Gorgon.
Kicks Gorgon in the spine.
Yeah. Vusic then puts Gorgon back in the same hold. Skinner just seemed to be dancing at the side of him.
Hasn't he been doing thingy shit online anyway, hasn't he? Well, probably. And him and Vusic have worked together, right? Yeah, so...
They've worked a couple...
Yeah, I swear they were in a rivalry in one promotion.
Yeah. They were. Didn't
Well,
he
it was-
as well, though?
So it was
just-
a weird friendship.
Yeah.
Most of his friendships are. Like him
Yeah.
and Steve Miller. I was going to wear my my bruh why my Y bruh t-shirt today, but I chose not. I opted for something cooler. But yeah, every time he makes friends with someone, there was a little bit.
So Skinner's dancing. Vusic's putting Gorgon in like a world of trouble. But then we did get someone come out to put a stop to it all, which was the leading man, Tony Wright.
Hey!
Knocks Vusic out the ring, points at Skinner and goes, right, you're facing me right now.
Oh?
So we
Match
went
start.
straight into block B, which was obviously Ian Skinner versus Tony Wright.
This was my most anticipated match.
Yeah.
This is the match that I have wanted to see for so fucking long and ultimately didn't get to see.
Technically,
you know what? I mean, at the time.
Yeah.
But thank you, by the way. But it is a match that I just wanted to happen for so long. So yeah, I must have texted like several different people going, has the Tony Skinner match happened yet?
No, thank you for all the posts and stuff like that. Yeah, like
yeah,
you said,
it keeps us in the loop.
as we are indeed a very much in a household. It was and a Tony Wright fucking household. For
Yeah.
sure. We
So
love
conflicted.
that dude. Just so happy to see those two fucking hash it out.
Yeah. So tell us all about it.
So what would you say, or your take on that match?
Weird dynamic because Vusic was still on the outside coaching Skinner. It was like, what the hell is going on here? I was just watching through it as like Tony's just going one-on-one with Skinner, and then Vusic's there like, hit him harder, do better. Like, you can do better.
Is that
It's like when you're in. It was like a PE coach, basically. He was basically his mentor. It's like, why? But it kind of worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Vusic and Skinner had that dynamic of if you had a swimming. Actually, no, the meme of the child that can't swim, where the dad picks him up, throws him into the water, and goes, "Learn to swim." That was eventually this in a way. Of going, right, Ian, out wrestle him, beat him up, and throwing him to Wright. I will say one thing about Skinner. He was wearing possibly my favourite wrestling attire. Some people got the link to it. Some didn't.
Yeah.
To which he was wearing the Riddler outfit, which, of course, his surname was Enigma. And it's the Enigma series. Which which I don't think a lot of people got. But
God damn it, you're wrestling fans. You should be nerds about Batman as well.
He's a huge Batman fan, and I know much about Batman as a direct result.
Good.
So he got the reference.
I'm a big Batman fan, dude.
But this was a really fun match. Skinner wins thanks to Vusek, who gave Wright a shot in the back of the head with, I think it was a knee.
Okay.
Rude.
So he needed somebody else to get involved.
So Skinner had at times the upper hand, but just couldn't beat Tony, despite Vusek saying, "Don't you dare release that hold. You keep that hold on. Don't take it off." Like as Myles said, coaching him.
Oh.
Wright always just seemed to be like a step ahead or 2 steps ahead of him. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Really cool to hear.
Wright dropped a leg drop or a Faymaster, depending how you want to call it, on the outside with Skinner in the ropes.
Yeah.
So while Skinner's inside recovering, Vusek took it upon himself to attack Wright. Grabs him, rolls him into the ring, and of course, Mr. Skinner himself would get the 1-2-3 pick up 2 points in the block. And sees the interesting dynamic now with Vusek and Skinner moving forward. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah.
Next, we had Troy Ryan of the Meat Wagon going up against the Stallion in Tom Farewell.
Nice.
In Block A. Takes on this?
Tough match for both guys. I thought we didn't know who was going to win.
Yeah, I think this is probably the second match where you didn't know where things were going to go. Both meaty men in their own rights.
Meaty man.
Did have to laugh when Tom was heading to the top rope and going, "Have you ever seen a stallion fly?" and a bloke behind us just going, "No, but I've seen a donkey fly."
No.
That's some good old-fashioned British humour right there.
Yeah. Someone quoting Shrek behind, saying, "I've seen a donkey fly."
Maybe in the Super whatever.
So you had a couple of interesting chants. It was also the only match I can remember where this kind of said there was time remaining.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a draw.
Yeah, I think everyone, because he said 5 minutes remaining, he basically just hit each other back and forth for like the heavy artillery. No, you really couldn't guess what was going to happen.
Yeah.
In the end, they said 5 minutes to go, so everyone from there, you could hear the murmurs just going, "It's got to be a draw, it's going to be a draw, it's going to be a draw." And we're thinking, are we near the final minute? Are we near the end? But then Ryan must have pinned him with about a minute to go. But it certainly felt like it was, if it wasn't 1 minute, it was just over a minute to go. So
it was
Ryan,
close to a draw.
Yeah, it was getting close to that end of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What is it that we said to each other? Like, this is going to end in a draw. Or like,
Yeah.
It's very, very close.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I love about tournaments like this. That's the whole
When
thing.
people are perfectly matched.
And when those matches go to the point where you sit next to the person next to you and just go, I haven't got a fucking clue who's going to win. This is going to go at the end. And it wouldn't be a bad thing if it did as well. That's the beautiful thing, that it throws that element. When you get points for draws, it immediately throws this entire different wave of what could happen in the match into a tournament. That's why I personally fucking love tournaments so much.
Because it felt like a bit of a swerve as well when they said 5 minutes, so everyone's going, right, draw.
You don't hear that a lot.
Who's in the same block and going, oh, right, well, this means he'll have to beat him. Are you kind of fucking like the other matches?
Maps in your head, don't you? Like, where could this go? He's got him next if they're in block A. So
And then, of course, when we did have a winner, we're going, oh, you've completely thrown what I was thinking now.
Yeah.
Which made it, when you get swerves like that, you enjoy them more.
Did you have anyone that you thought, did you have someone like that you like, when you first looked at the match, you're like, oh, I'm going to say this one's going to win. But then when you were watching the match, just kind of went out the window. Who did you think was going to win? And like, did you have an expectation of like going into it? Oh, I think
I had Farewell to win.
Yeah.
I had Ryan to win.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
And then did that just go out of the window during the match? Like, I don't know here anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It just flipped.
I love it when that happens. That, like you say, that's the joy of a tournament because they allow it.
Because Ryan's been kind of like on a bit of an upward curve, so to speak. Of like,
a bit quiet
in singles. He's
climbing up.
Yeah. He's climbing up quick. And then, but I've not seen much Tom either, which is probably played into that idea as well. But as the match kind of went on and Tom really took it to Troy, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I don't know who's going to win this now. Because they were evenly matched.
Love it.
They were really evenly matched.
It's usually a good sign of good dance partners. So, like, hopefully there's more of that. Down the line, we'll get to go and see some of that shit. Because, like I said, this whole card was popping on the Discord. So.
Yeah.
Because some of the matches you kind of felt to yourself, oh, when you see like two meaty guys, you're thinking it probably either won't last long or it'll be like a bit slow plodding, and it wasn't. It was quite physical from the off all the way to the end.
I feel like all meaty dudes should be trying to achieve the level of Dominik Dijakovic and Keith Lee in NXT. Their match, I think it was Portland. I don't know. To be honest, I can't remember the name of it. But that's the pure example of two big fucking dudes who shouldn't be having a 20-minute match, having an all-out balls-out 20-minute match. And when that kind of thing happens anywhere else, I get fucking excited.
Yeah.
So, and seeing the clips from this match was so cool.
Again,
seeing Tom Felwell again, very much so, and most of it coming from yours truly, Myles. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and
Petter,
as well,
of
always
course,
sends me videos throughout the night. Like I'm right there.
You get us caught up at the Atomic stuff. I've seen all the stuff, so it's been very cool to see. I feel like I've watched most of the show. But yeah, it's very cool when that happens.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
So speaking of meaty men slapping meat,
tell me more. Slowly in a deep voice.
I could just like alter the voice to sound like Barry White, but I couldn't. Then had.
You've already established that you're not Barry White. You're what's his chops. You're again from Flash Gordon.
Brian Blessed.
Tell me like Brian Blessed.
Hang on. Just while I take a quick sip, if I'm going to try and do the voice.
Did you just ask me to talk to you like Brian Blessed?
I did, because I can't ask you. You won't do it.
Brian Blessed scares the shit out of me. That's
the next match we had was a horse match.
Yes, that couldn't have gone better.
Big T taking on Big Duck McCarthy. And I've just upset the dog next door because it's just started barking.
Big versus big.
Oh, yes. And if anyone has seen either of our photos we posted.
The photos.
Big
T
and Big Deck.
All right.
Deck does not look big compared to Big T.
That's
looks like a phrase I really need to kind of add more context to because that sounds wrong. In height-wise.
Not in anything else.
Not in anything else.
Wasn't me for one.
They are blessed in the ring, and that's another. I'm making it worse, aren't I?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So easy to do, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Could have been worse. Could have been took out Undertaker's dong, but that takes us down another garden path.
It's annoying because you're the one with the editing software.
I know.
My computer blew up, so
I might just blank this completely altogether. But I nearly said something else and I stopped myself. So
for shame, the clicks.
Yeah, just need the woman walking with the bell, just going shame. But yeah, Big T and Dec McCarthy, because I'm not going to say big because compared to Big T, no one is big.
It was tiny Dec this match.
Myles, I'll let you go on this one.
Where do you start? I tried to get a chant for going for Big Dec, but he was not having it. He's like, in his Northern Irish accent. I can't do a Northern Irish accent.
I can't, but I might get cancelled.
I'm not doing it. It's like,
anyway.
Right, not now. That wasn't an attempt at a Northern Irish accent, but yeah.
You said not now.
Yeah, basically, I wanted a chant for Dec. He wasn't having it.
No. He looked out the ring.
He looked scared.
Yeah.
He was
really.
He was khaki in his pants.
Really, I'm blown away by that.
Yeah, he was terrified.
Oh wow!
Some of the shots he took, like chops, I think he thought, yeah, it won't be that bad.
Big T, since we first saw him, has gotten so much fucking
he's been growing.
We always talk about how we love to see people progress on here and stuff like that, and the shows that we do, our favorite thing in wrestling is development. Big T's the fucking man. He really is doing great.
That's the second time I've seen T wrestle.
I'll say this for it. While I'm probably wrong in this as well. While there wasn't a lot of action, what they did do made sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
As opposed to just going out and just going, right, do this and trying to fill it in.
Declan was very methodical in this match.
Yes.
He was working on T's arms and legs.
Trying to break the giant
Wise,
down.
Bring him down.
The only thing I had the problem with at the start was he kept working on T's hand. And I'm thinking, no, you're taking on someone that's big. Work on the legs, which is always my criticism on certain things. But it did make sense because he worked on his hand so much, he'd kind of protect his hand, but then would go for the legs. And yeah, Dec did have a look of fear on his face a few times, especially when he got chopped. And people are going, one more time. And his face is going. But it was his fault. He was wearing white pants. He should have wore the darker pants.
Shit happens, man. You gotta. Yeah. You should have prepared for that. He's seasoned vet.
But there was one chop that T did.
I've seen the video of what I think you're about to say.
Yeah. He chopped him good.
And
everyone felt it.
Yeah.
There was one video, I don't know if it's this one, but basically what happened was he got chopped and everyone kind of went, oh.
And then you had a few guys in the back going, chop his tits off.
Yeah. the vocal ones at every show, they just want. No, it wasn't even Charlie.
It wasn't Charlie.
No, he was on the other side from us. It was the ones that were behind.
Chop his tits off. Wow.
Yeah. Because I thought I didn't know Tony Storm was there.
Whatever happened to the old dick twist? Whatever happened to that one?
No, that got lost a long time ago, thankfully, for certain reasons. But Big T won.
Yep.
Defeated Dec McCarthy.
That's a huge win.
It was an enjoyable match. It was a meaty, fun, enjoyable match. I kept thinking a lot though when he's getting his hand worked over. I'm thinking he might not be driving the bus tomorrow, the way it was going. Thought he might have to ring up Stagecoach and go, can't. Won't be driving tomorrow. the way
Is he a bus driver? Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought everyone knew this.
Yeah, no, I like.
Yes, he is a bus driver. Yeah. Sorry. As we say, shoot bus driver.
Shoot bus driver. Yeah.
Because his entrance audio or his entrance music when he comes out begins with the wheels on the bus, and then it switches.
Cool. Okay. Right. Some things make sense more than they used to.
Yes. We will get to the final two matches, which this one will be very brief because, I mean, what can you say? It wasn't a squash, but it felt very much like one. But there was context to why.
Yeah, there was context.
So the final match in Block B saw Chris Ridgway going up against Aiton Steen. One match I was looking forward to the most.
Yeah, you were. I remember you saying.
You viewed this.
Steen was coming fresh off a death match at the weekend.
We'll talk about
that. Steen did post that he hoped his back wasn't going to get kicked. You're taking on Aiton. You're taking on Ridgway, Aiton. You know that ain't. You know you're going to take it. And by God, he got some penalty kicks to him. Ridgway, well, during the match, before it began, everyone was wanting
Deathmatch Aiton.
Yeah, Deathmatch Aiton and drink his blood.
That was mine. Woo!
And Ridgway is just going.
Wait, Myles, you started to drink his blood chant.
Was that you?
That was me.
You
nice.
brutal motherfucker, love it.
Sicko. You
awesome.
sicko.
I love that.
It's like some of the chants you had, or that we heard, didn't take off when they should have.
Yeah.
This is one of those chants where you thought, "Are people got to join in?" And they did. Sick, just for the sickos.
Love it.
Steen's back, you could see, was marked up after.
Yes. Steen got sliced up by Tomby.
Oh,
very much so. Yeah. Wow.
Ridgway basically just punished him from the very beginning. Steen put in a great kind of like sympathetic. I don't think Ridgway was the heel as such. I think they were more the in-betweener, which I think he's kind of almost better at times.
Yep.
But yeah, he just kicked and volleyed Steen and tortured him all night. Steen then kind of rallied, got some momentum, but Ridgway was always there to cut him off.
How the match ended, oh wow. So Ridgway punted Steen in the spine. One huge punt. The whole room heard it. It was like, yeah. 1, 2, 3 after a punt to the back. Yeah. Medics come out after the match, checking up on Steen, seeing if they were okay.
I think it was like the very top of his back.
It was close
from the
to his
video.
neck.
It was still safe place.
It was like shoulder blade area.
There are two people that I've heard many other wrestlers go on about when they do stiff kicks, they kind of feel better having them doing it from, which is Evo and Ridgway. There is one clip I've got of Ridgway when he kicks Steen where it looks like his ankle bent back from the velocity. But I am a huge Ridgway fan. I'm a huge Steen fan, so I was happy no matter what happened.
Yeah.
Ridgway won, unsurprisingly. As Myles said, medics came straight out to check on Steen. Steen did not want help, but you could tell like it the match did seem to have taken a bit out of him in this. But even so, it was still a entertaining bout, I think you can say.
I will never understand PKs as a move.
Yeah.
When they're delivered well, it's like Danielson's kicks, and it's like anyone who I'll never understand thrown like the really thrown kicks in wrestling. They just look. How is that not crushing your fucking?
They
wrists?
look so good. They look so
brutal.
believable. Like
yeah,
they've got to hurt no matter what. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, they'll.
Testament to an incredible talent for someone to be able to just who makes that their kind of thing strikes, because you could knock someone out in an instant. You could take the wind out of them. You could crack their ribs. You could crack their fucking spine. I never understand it, and it's such a brutal thing.
We I can't remember who it was now, but me mate Dean and me asked someone, and he goes, "Oh, it hurts, but it's kind of not as stiff as you." He said it's stiff as hell.
Yeah,
but you feel more safe when certain people do it, because they can control how it is, which I can understand. Now we come to the main event.
Grimsby Rules 2.
Electric Boogaloo. Danny Proper against Scotty Rourke.
Oh,
I think people went into this match with what could happen.
Yeah.
Having saw the first one a couple of days before.
I've seen a couple.
So I had an idea of what I was getting myself in for. This banged. I love this match.
We watched the majority of this match through various sources.
Yeah.
And yeah, this match fucks.
It's
say it really.
I mean, Rock's just great anyway.
Yeah.
And when you've got Proper, who you don't fully associate having matches like this, but having physical matches, this was just great.
This was bonkers.
Yeah.
Great entertainment from both of them.
There's so much in this that would need its own little podcast itself.
Yeah, you would need its own podcast to run through everything.
I'd need at least 15 minutes on the
You could do a whole podcast on the TV wars. Like
that was so to pick out little things. We had the TV spot, as Myles said.
Yeah.
Where Proper, the first quarter of the match was just getting beat up. Had a staple to the poster staple to his head.
And then to his balls.
Yep. Had the cheese grater to the balls as well.
You had Tyler Devlin and Felwell.
That was later on.
Yep.
But they went into the crowd, which got lost, and they came back. Proper began to get some momentum. Had a guitar, which he smashed over Rock, and then did a second shot on his back, which was more brutal than the first. Before that, though, we had Jewels of the Fate from Star Wars with TVs, where Danny Proper jumped over the barrier, and everyone's calling him shithouse. Came back with a TV, and then it turned into a game of top trumps, because Rock looked over at the music guys and just went, "Give me that TV." And it was a bit like Raven at WrestleMania 17. In the sense of the infamous story where he drives the golf cart and nearly the biggest wire that had all the power. The TV that they were using was connected, all the music, to like in the bread shed.
Oh shit!
Everything.
How does it go from into?
So he ripped all the cords out.
All right. Okay.
Which when you see the clip, you'll see him just yanking everything, and the ones that are part of the team just going, no, don't yank him, no, they're precious, these cables. He didn't care. he rips the cables out. He gets the bigger telly, and they have their own little TV saber fight, so to speak.
Fuck yeah.
Back and forth. Proper hits him with the telly, drops him on the telly.
Scotty Rock drop kicks him.
Yep.
With the telly.
And then we had
another clip of that.
Rock had brought out a barbed wire kind of board, like a small one at first, put it in the corner. Proper went to go into it. Rock went into it instead. Then they went back out into the crowd. Proper opened up a door, which we saw was a massive board, big barbed wire.
Yeah.
I didn't know this at the time because we couldn't see the barbed wire because it was a bit dark in there. And
So you didn't realise what was going on?
So we just thought it was boarded up.
Oh, right.
But like, people on that side just went, oh.
You're not scared? Like, what if there's a fire?
No.
There's just a wall.
There's loads of other doors. This is just like up to the far side. Yeah, so that got brought outside. Stop me at any point, Myles, if I'm missing anything.
No, you've pretty much covered it all.
This is like the generation
on the
effective
ring apron on the outside.
This is one of those matches that you're just gonna have to watch.
Yeah, you have to watch
it to pull everything out. You don't want to tell everyone everything that comes out either. You want some surprises for sure.
It's like the elevator eliminator or the purge, or just you can't really believe is actually happening, kind of thing. It's really just absolute madness.
From what I could gather, it was pure chaos and very. Yeah.
But we then had Rock with a skateboard, which we have to mention.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's what you've got there. That's
barbed wire.
If you scoot to the side, you can see the barbed wire. Yeah, that's right there. That was going on. Oh, that was a spot.
So he did attempt to use it early on. Didn't. Danny got out. And then everyone wanted him to do a kick flip, which he did.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah, he did the kick. Yeah.
Kind of one. To which everyone cheered.
But it didn't have any trucks on it. That's very cool. Nice. Well done.
So I feel like I should be like that as I'm reviewing this, but so then Rock got on the top rope, jumped off it, and landed fully on Proper's back.
Nice.
But I should say
everyone was calling it like the Grebo Ollie or something.
Oh yeah, Grebo flip.
Grebo flip, yeah.
Brilliant.
A couple of other things. Prior to this though, so we're trying to piece the wreckage together and see where goes where. Rock, as I said, had dominated the match. Proper was just getting beaten down. Tom Farewell then came out, started beating up Rock, saying, "Where's your mate?" Unbeknownst to him, he came out behind him with it was
like a Janice.
Yeah.
This is Janice, basically.
With barbed wire that got caught in between Tom's legs, it looked like at one point.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they expected that.
No, he was from the clips we've seen. He responds like it caught him.
Yeah.
So then them two disappeared. So we got it back to one-on-one, where obviously that happened. For those listening, I'm pointing to Scotty Rock landing on Danny Proper's back using a barbed wire skateboard. I'm trying to remember how the match ended.
He rode him onto the skateboard, pinned him.
Yes.
Oh.
There was another incident with the big barbed wire board, but I'll let other people see that because I don't want to say everything that happened. But yeah, Rock took victory, and I mean, overall, catch was great.
Yeah,
it was another great show. What was your assessment of the whole show?
These shows are fun. Like, past 2 shows, just super fun.
Plus, it's the only real show in Manchester that's like an 18 as well.
They don't class it as an 18 though.
No. But
I've never seen it say that.
No.
Like explicitly.
But it feels like an 18.
Yeah.
But it did make me laugh. Atomic saying we're not an 18 show, but there were things that happened on it that were like an 18.
Yeah.
Which is almost a beautiful segue for a couple of days later when we went to Liverpool to Content, where we met up with Wrestling Jeebus.
And Wrestle Snaps.
And Wrestle Snaps, sorry.
Nice.
We had a quick drink. This is turning into graps and claps slightly. We went to the Yellow Submarine bar that was facing Content. Had a nice little drinky poos, so to speak, before we went in.
You three only had normal cokes.
Yeah. Myles basically drank so we didn't have to. Was it
Just
a double
one?
Yeah, double vodka.
Not like our good friends at Graps and Claps.
No.
I don't drink alcohol either.
No, 3 of us didn't, but thankfully Myles was there to do our. I was going to say bidding, but that's not the right term. But yeah, I will try and get the matches up for Atomic, which I have done. So, the opening match saw Joe Kessler against Leon Slater, but Kessler now seems to just be called Kessler.
Yeah.
That was a match I was really looking forward to when I saw the announcement for it, because Kessler is huge.
Oh yes.
And I just really was interested in that pairing.
Solid match.
Yeah, this was a fun match. We were kind of stood together at the back, and we didn't know. We thought Leon was going to be like the babyface in this match. That's kind of how we thought it would be, because Kessler's more heel at Atomic.
Yeah, Kessler's a heel in Atomic.
But
as you find out later at end of the show.
Yeah. Slater, though, had more heel tendencies, shall we say.
He's been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I know he does it a lot at North.
Yeah.
Because he's great. He's great at North, playing the heel champion.
Yeah.
This match pretty much showcased like quick, high-flying moves by Leon. Kessler was just a beast with like big impact moves.
Big lariats, big clotheslines.
Oh, what one of the lariats or punches he did to Slater, where he kind of left Leon almost with his legs back over his head. Oh, jeez. It was something.
It was a nice clash of styles.
Oh yeah.
We did not get to see Leon's signature spot though, the big place later.
Oh.
The turnbuckle dive.
Yeah.
Shame.
I don't know if he had enough space to do it or the venue was like too tight for him.
To be fair, they could have moved the railings, but I think also it was the fact it was concrete outside.
Yeah, it was concrete.
And he thought, best not. Sometimes you'll see like padding or carpet, but there was nothing really there.
There was no padding, was there? No, it was just pure concrete.
Jesus.
Kessler took the victory with, I don't know if you know what it's called, his finisher, Myles.
No idea.
But I'm trying to think how to describe it.
It's like it's a swinging like sort of power slam sort of.
Yeah. It's almost like a rock bottom, but
yeah, it's like a swinging
reversing.
Reverse.
So you swing them around and you put them down.
So like a swinging face buster.
It's a bit like a flatliner, but twist as you do it. So
right, okay. Right, I'm getting like Hidden Blade from that almost, but you just don't lay them down beforehand, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I know what you're saying. I've seen it at Infamous before. I'm sure we have.
It's like I know a lot of the moves, I just don't know the names of them.
Yeah.
One thing I need to work on. That's another thing. Match number 2 saw Lizzie Evo with a mystery partner, even though I think they tried to make out it was mystery, but
we already knew who it was.
Yeah.
Because against FTM, that being Critchie and Tom McCall. Critchie being Critchie came out.
Come on, the Myles.
Yeah.
I really, can I just say, I fucking love FTM.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous. I love Critchie. I really do. It just, I don't know if it's just because of where, like, my origins and stuff like that, but there's something about him that just makes me fucking.
Oh, Critchie's a superstar.
Oh yeah,
he really is an absolute. He's got some. There's something there. It clicks, and I love it, and I really love the dynamic that they have. From what I've seen, and it's not been a lot from what I've seen and stuff like that, but whatever I've seen, I've fucking loved every time. For some reason, I've just clicked with it, and so yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
I was looking at I was trying to think what tag team they remind me of.
Yeah,
but it's not so much the wrestling part; it's like the dynamic outside.
Yeah,
and it's probably the worst analogy, but it makes me think of like the old New Age Outlaws, where
I know
Critchie is very much the vocal side, but can wrestle. But I think Tom McCall is like in the Billy Gunn mold of he is a really good wrestler, but does not do much speaking at all.
I think they remind me a bit like early Motor City Machine Guns, like when they first started off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed with that for sure. Yeah. Both of those analogies, kind of thing. Maybe that's another part of what clicks with it. It clicks with me, to be honest, though.
They are one of those tag teams as well. Of when you see them and they come out, you go, "Oh, for God's sake!" But at the same time, you're glad they're there as well.
Yeah, I was trying to cheer for him. I was on FTM's side.
That's my boy Myles.
It's the one thing I love when I go to Liverpool shows is like, obviously being from Manchester, you have Liverpool wrestlers come to like Manchester shows, and you always know if they're a heel or a babyface by one thing. They announce where they're from. If they're from Liverpool,
all the way from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Every time.
Coming up from Manchester. Whoa.
Oberman, Critchie, McCall, always from Liverpool. Boo.
Yeah.
But when they're not and they're good guys, it's always, was it just saying kind of like was it former champion Lizzie Evo, or from Runcorn, Prince Pele, ladies and gentlemen. Which the other,
there's a weird thing with Liverpool where it hits certain outskirt areas. So it's like Warrington, Runcorn, Widnes. Yeah.
You know what it makes me think of when it's like certain. It makes me think of like BBC local radio. Where they just pick random things out.
Yeah, 100%.
Like local things. It's like Swaffham, Swanage, Norfolk radio. It's just like certain play. You think I'm never going to go to that place, but I've heard them, and that's just how it feels.
Just based off the way you said that, then, by the way, if you ever need like a kind of a different situation to be in, you should definitely be the guy that reads football scores. Swanage 1.
I've played that. I love playing that game. If anyone has played it,
honestly, that was my weekends for so long. I love that.
There was a game show on a radio station where you could win a prize, where they would read out results from a certain season and a certain week, and you had to guess whether it was higher than the first score. So they play the actual audio, so they could go. So they could go Norwich 1, Manchester, whoever it was, and then they'd cut it and they go, was it a draw? Was it a win? Would you like to guess what it was?
You can hear the voice either goes like that, or like that.
Because it was always like, if it was a draw, it was always like Ipswich 1.
100%.
And when it was like a loss, it'd be like Bolton 4, Luton 2.
Like they're disappointed. Anyway, sorry to take you on there.
See, I want to play this game more now. Now you've said it.
This is Patreon.
Back to the match.
You've made me. Oh, Tom's just basically like my story, but that's another thing. Yes. So Rio came out as Lizzie's tag partner.
Sweet.
If anyone has seen my reel, Lizzie did actually get involved in this match.
Yep.
It just happened to be I got more footage of Rio doing everything for their team. But this was a whole lot of fun. Anyone beating up like FTM is always funny to me. When it's on Critchy, yes. When it's on Tom, I feel a bit sympathetic towards because I like Tom.
Yeah, he feels like the good kid who fell in with a bad crowd.
Yeah, pretty much. What was your take on this, Myles? I forgot to ask. We got sidetracked by Mike.
It was a fun match. I just wanted to cheer for FTM. I kept saying to you, "Oh, I'm going to cheer for FTM."
Yeah,
I couldn't get it going. Nobody was taking it.
It was one of many chants Myles, bless him, tried, and no one joined in on.
Myles, whenever at a show with you and you start an FTM chant, I'll join in. I promise.
Same.
So,
FTM.
Evo and Rio won that. We then came to one match I was kind of looking forward to in Kemper and Scotty Rourke.
What a great match that sounds like.
Kemper, pure thing, far taller than Rourke. Did the test of strength spot but as his arm was up in the air, even Rourke, when jumping, still could not reach Kemper's hand. That's how high it was. This is just, it was pure David versus Goliath.
Yeah, that's what they dubbed it as.
Yeah. Rourke did everything he could. He tried using speed moves, using his quickness, could not put Goliath down. The only thing he needed really was a slingshot and a boulder. Unfortunately, neither were around, and Kemper basically just hit him. I don't know if it was a chokeslam or because it's hard to see from the angle that we were, because he did the power bomb, and then it looked like he lifted him up, and then he came down. So I don't know if it was
it like a chokeslam backbreaker? I know he did that move.
Yeah, it was the thing. I couldn't see the hand around the throat, but it was. I think our angle at certain times over the evening got a bit obscured by certain people.
So did it feel kind of more like a chokeslam / rock bottom kind of situation?
Yeah, it was a bit like a rock bottom.
Yeah. But Kemper took victory.
Scotty Rock got a please come back chant, which he loved that.
Yeah.
I want to see Scotty Rock back in Atomic.
Yeah.
There's so many matchups that he could have in Atomic. One match I'm going to go with now, singles match, Scotty Rock versus Jack Knudsen. Bucket.
Oh, my with the heat.
Bucket.
Do it.
Do it. Nick is here. She's just taking the braver, but she agrees.
So
I'm very surprised that's his first time there.
Yep.
I really am. I actually thought he'd been there before, so very cool to hear.
To be fair, I thought the same.
Yeah.
No.
One of those kind of names, and you like because of the scene and the area and stuff like that, you just assume that this has happened before.
Because it's always a thing of you've got like the North Triangle, so to speak, of you've got like Yorkshire, Liverpool, Manchester, and it's always like within
that area.
Angle.
Yeah.
But it always makes you think why they're not there. This was utter carnage. The next match. For the Atomic Tag Team Championship.
Yep.
We have I'll give it the full name. The Atomic Tag Team 4-way meltdown match.
if I remember correctly, Petter, you messaged us specifically about this match.
I did, and said it was carnage, and sent you the video.
It was a car crash of a match, but a good car crash.
Oh, it was fun.
Good car crash.
If you can have them. It was the Meat Wagon against Quintessential, against Trial of Death, against the holders at the time in Act 2. I mean, where do we start?
So many good spots.
Oh, so many things happened in this.
So you had Jack Knudsen doing the famous Kurt Angle flipping off the stage spot from TNA.
And you have to thank
Himself as
Myles.
Kurt Knudsen.
You have to thank him, because I was filming the rest, and on the clip I've got, which I think you'll have heard, you just hear Myles say to me, "Turn your phone left."
Turn your phone. Look at Knudsen.
Turn your phone left for Knudsen. And you just see Jack flying into shot. And I'm thinking, yep, I'm glad that was cut.
You had tons of moonsaults. You had Pudrick Quinlan doing a moonsault corkscrew off the top rope to everyone. You had Anderson Daniels doing a cannonball off the top rope. You had
Anderson's kind of cannonball felt very much like Peter Kay's swimming bombing video. And the fact that he just grabbed his knees and jumped into that was all I thought of when I saw him do it.
Good stuff. Tables, chairs, thumbtacks, which Benjamin Harland got tossed into by Trailer.
Oh my God, they would have poked out the other side of him. God bless that boy.
You had crazy chair spots. So you had Benjamin Harland take Chase Alcala with like a swinging, like spinning net breaker onto the chairs. Chase Alcala landed spine first onto them chairs. It was weird as well because Trailer Dead were freebirding it, so Alcala was wrestling with Johnson and Brooker.
Yeah,
which was a nice twist.
I think we discussed this. We said will they freebird and have all of it.
Alcala's normally the manager, and it's like he's in the match. I was like, this is sweet.
Yeah, because I think it was either on the train when we met up, or if it was walking there. And I think you said, I wonder if they'll go with
Alcala and Johnson.
Yeah, or will they do this one? Because we were trying to guess who we thought would win. And
I had Quintessential.
Was not who we thought.
No, who won the match shot me.
Yeah,
I thought they'd go with a safe option, Quintessential, 2 Liverpool lads.
Yeah,
insanely over in Atomic.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. Who do you think won? Do you know who won?
I know who won.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, we have a wonderful producer who keeps us
insider,
and all of your clips as well and stuff like that. Like I say, the Discord was going. We were like, at one point, our phones were both just going and going and going. To the point where we looked at each other and went, "I think this is a good show going off or something," because our phones only go off like that together simultaneously when this shit happens. So like, this match sounded like it can win.
I had one issue with the match. A few pinfall breakups didn't go ahead as they should. But it worked. It played off. It wasn't too much of an issue.
Okay. Okay.
You could tell they missed the breakup on loads of pinfalls, and they were just going with it.
Right. It breaks that kind of like excitement a little bit, but you can make your peace with it, sort of thing.
There was a few mistimed things that we kind of discussed afterwards.
Yeah.
Where you could see someone should have kind of come in or didn't particularly make it on time, and they had to find a way around it.
I think that's the caveat with these types of matches, though. Like, there's so much chaos happening. There's so many things you've got to remember.
You can
And
also
so many,
get hurt.
there's so many bodies in the ring and in the area, even just around the area, that you've got to consider. It's totally makes sense.
It must
that
be a
these things happen.
nightmare.
It's got to be a headbutt. It really must. Yeah, for sure.
But the thing that I loved the most was like falls counted anyway. So, and it was utter chaos because it went into the crowd.
Yeah.
And we had Ryan doing his now trademark, throwing someone at the wall spot. Not as good as at the brewery, because you like to see him hit the wall and slide down in a kind of like cartoon. But it still worked. But yeah, the meat wagon hit the tenderizer on Knudsen through a table to become the tag team champions, which did kind of have Myles and me look at each other and go, "Oh, didn't expect that," because we thought Quintessential was going to win.
Yes.
But again, when you get these little surprise wins, they are still fun.
Yes. Nice.
Grudge match with Tony Wright and Sam Bailey.
Oh,
I love this match.
This match slapped.
Yes. Not a fan of Wright's new music, but that's just me.
What is it?
what was it? What did he come out to?
Lost in Music.
Oh, of course, yes.
Because it's almost as long as Oberman's by the time he comes out.
Last time he came out on another show.
Yeah.
Do that when he was facing Oberman.
Yeah. When at Future Shock he had it against Oberman, I'm thinking, oh, he's taking the mick out of Oberman. No, this is what he does now with it. I hate it. I hate it. It's the only thing I have against right now is that song. Because you have to wait for it to kick in before he comes out.
He said he's only saving it for special occasions.
Ah, that's good, because if I need 2 piss breaks, I know I can use that and nothing else matters.
I think
I like Nothing Else Matters. So
Sam Bailey is very much a special occasion.
Yeah. One thing I love with Bailey though at Atomic, I get a kick out of it every single time, is his introductions. Because every show I go to, he's like babyface and everyone loves him, and Atomic hate him. But it's not helped by the fact that he will come out with the introduction of From the City of Champions in Manchester.
Yeah.
I get a kick out of it, and everyone hates.
Bailey got some chance on this match, which we were allowed access by Shea Burnley. We were allowed to swear. So the crowd got a fuck Sam Bailey chant going.
And in a perverse way, Sam kind of liked it.
I bet you know what I was going to say. I bet it's kind of, as a wrestler, as someone who knows it goes, you can go either way. Yeah. I bet that was a bit of a pop.
Oh, I think the first time they'd done it was very much like if someone takes the kid to a football match and they hear all swearing around him, and then they say it once and look at like whoever's took him, just going, am I allowed to swear? Am I allowed to? Right, okay.
Yeah, it's like our kid.
And just throw the F-bombs and C-bombs and everything. I mean, this match.
This went.
Yeah, from not even before the first bell.
Yeah.
Because Wright done his normal kind of bow, which he held for a bit long because he knew something was going to come.
And then Bailey blindsided him.
Yeah. While he comes up from his bow, Bailey blasts him. Then it just basically beat up Wright, effectively for like the first quarter.
Wright got busted open.
Yeah, I saw pictures, yeah.
I think that was when he got thrown into the post. Oh, that's how those.
I think so.
Yeah. It made more sense if that was from the ring post.
I was going to ask how did that happen?
Yeah. So he got thrown into the ring post. Greenwood then got took out.
Oh, Greenwood got a nasty lariat. Greenwood spun inside out.
Take a moment for Greenwood.
Yeah.
A moment for Greenwood. He deserves it. He deserves our love.
No other ref come out. It was just Greenwood.
Yeah.
Even though we had 2 more refs.
Sons of bitches.
Don't a brew break.
So it went. He hit the pedigree. Didn't go for a pin. He just continued to kind of like beat down Bailey. Got thwarted a fair few times. Bailey just beat him up, and then he fired up. Did Tony? With the, I think SmackDown would have had his mudhole stomps in the corner, where he turned into Austin, just like kicking him and stomping away in the corner.
Just the switch clicked and he just like that.
And it was just from that point onwards, it was 50-50.
Yeah.
Even though like Bailey got arguably more offense, very slightly, it was still 50-50. You had Bailey, I think, trying to go for a suplex on Wright from the top rope. Wright kind of like reversed it, then hit the Fameasser off the top rope on Bailey. Trying to think what else there was. It's definitely one match to look out for.
Yeah, it's a must-watch from that show.
It's a must-watch match. Wright got the pin on Bailey to win the match and possibly feud, but we will wait and see.
One thing on that match, that is the best Tony Wright match I've seen.
Oh yeah,
like cinema.
Yeah,
better and better and better when I ever see him, whether it's in person or in clips. Tony Wright, from when we first saw him, who came out to this huge pop, and we'd never seen him before, to see him and then realizing kind of where he was at in his wrestling career and stuff like that, to now, over the course of 3 years, less than 3 years, incredible, and absolute joy to see. And also getting to see us stand up at the same time and stuff like that. The dude is very talented. Very, very cool, very talented, and an absolute lovely bloke. So it's only good to see him getting booked, and two, having these types of matches with people like Sam Bailey, his trainer, and stuff like that. That's fucking huge. So very cool.
Yeah,
I think the last 12 months are right. He's just gone up a level or two.
He's
in his matches and everything.
I feel like there's a path that he sees, and he's going down it, and he's heading towards a very particular thing. Nick regularly gives me up because I don't do the social media things, and she's like, whenever there's something Tony Wright related, and certain wrestlers, she'll always kind of go, "This has happened," just to keep me in the loop, kind of thing. So I get to see that because of you. Thank you. So it's very fucking cool.
We then had a bit of fun with the Lana Austin Rumble.
Jesus.
I had so much fun during this.
It was both light-hearted and kind of serious. It had the right balance.
Yeah.
So
You've got the list.
I have the list.
Is your Instagram still story up?
I have. And I had to make sure I had the right order. Because anyone that knows me, I suck at doing Rumble numbers because I either forget or they don't post properly. So we had, I'll go through the list and then the match. So number 1 was Lana Austin. Number 2 was Starkiller Dave Birch. Number 3 was Big Bubba Quaid. Number 4 was Najee. 5 was Tom Farewell. 6 was Harley Hudson. 7 was Prince Pele. Number 8 was Lucy Sky. Number 9 was Aiton Steen. Number 10 was Isaac North.
Big boy, big monster.
Number 11 was, I've got a tea stain. Hang on. Holly Barlow. Number 12 does help not to put a cup on paper. Number 12 was Lily Winter. Number 13 was Leon Gray.
No, fuck that guy. No.
And finally was Alexis Falcon. So,
14.
Wow, what an absolute fucking hit row of a very, very, very cool crowd there.
and we did have Danny Proper that should have been on it.
Yeah.
But obviously pulled out, I think, on the day or the day before.
I think Big Bubba Quaid must have been his replacement. Never seen the guy, but
Who was his replacement?
Big Bubba Quaid.
Big Bubba Quaid.
Welsh guy.
No,
but did well though.
Randy?
He impressed me in the match. He wasn't in it for long, but he did enough. So Lana and Birch had a nice little kind of minute and a half between themselves, hitting moves, and Lana pretty much beating up Birch, it has to be said. But then it was her Rumble, so I suppose that makes it fair. Quaid came in at number 3, practically just beat everyone up, showing his meatiness. NJ came in at 4. Don't know if he had to deal with a curtain, but he was.
No, he didn't have to deal with a curtain this time. I've seen the videos with more coming out. It's just a big walkway.
Yeah. Tom Farewell then came out. He was the biggest heel in the match to this point. And did it really well. Attacked everyone, beat everyone up, looked really strong. Harley came in, got a huge pop, as you would imagine.
Yeah.
Pele then came in, did a couple spots. I think did a couple spots. Lucy Sky then came out. She pretty much just
dominant.
Was dominant. Was Lucy being Lucy, really. 18 Steen then came out.
Shots.
Did shots.
Everybody.
Did shots with Prince Pele. Who else did he do?
I like that guy.
Oh, he did one with Tom.
And Lucy as well.
Lucy, I think he tried to do one with. Didn't work. Tried to do it with Tom. But I'm trying to remember if it was Lucy or Tom got the shot and threw it. It could have been Lucy that threw it, but
I think I'll offer it him.
Yes, but ended up with Pele just kicking Tom and then kneeing him with that nice move he does.
Yeah, the twin spot, and then
Isaac North came out looking like the beast he is. We had Holly and Lily with, as I say, Gray. Can't remember Gray doing too much in the actual Rumble, in truth.
Yeah.
But there was a great spot with Isaac North, Lana Austin, and Holly Barlow.
And then Alexis Falcon on the ring apron.
Yeah. So you had Falcon. I'll try and draw you a picture. If anyone has seen that infamous scene in Manchester of someone on the ground while you've got police and
the New Year's Eve picture, and at the print where it's the police got him on the floor and everything. They're in Tom's picture. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
Imagine the person on the floor is Alexis Falcon, and the police is Lana Austin, and Holly Barlow is the one arguing with the tormentor being Isaac North. That was pretty much the scene you had. So North kind of just saying, "Come on, I'll take you all on." Holly Barlow gave full Scrappy Doo vibes, and wanting to get Isaac North, and Lana holding her back
and shouting,
"Yeah,
I'll kill him!
I'll kill!" Just for limbs going everywhere, and Lana just holding her back. And then when Holly did start trying to attack Isaac, every time she went backwards, Lana just pushed her more into Isaac. So it was almost like she was pushing her like his defense, saying, "I don't want you keep going. No, get back in there, get back in there." Before that though, you had Lily, who was kind of cleaning house for a bit, posing in front of the crowd. Isaac stood right behind her, and then Lily, as she's reversing, has Isaac literally behind, and she does the whole "someone's behind me," looks round. Isaac being as kind of scary as he is, Lily went into full flight mode of just punching Isaac. Had no effect. Steen did a similar one, which was fun. The back end of the match saw Austin and Balor working together, as North had Holly on his shoulders to dump her out, a bit like Big Show on Royal Rumble 2000. Started to go towards the ropes. Austin pulled the ropes down. North went over. North couldn't quite believe it. I don't think Austin could. Barlow, being as she is, kind of poked fun at North, just laughing and pointing at him. Just full kind of like shithousery. So the final three we had was Austin, Barlow, and Falcon. So while you had Lana and Holly Holly's still going for this, Lana's my best friend and wanted to tag with me. Falcon kind of gets involved saying, "This." I was going to do my Falcon impression, and I thought,
not this week.
All right then.
Nope.
Hands up if you want me to do the Falcon impression. Bastard.
Yes, do it.
Do it.
Thumbs up.
So Falcon got me in between and went, "Welcome to the Alexis Falcon Show." And then everyone booed, obviously. And then Balor and Austin kind of went to beat up Falcon. Falcon knocked Lana back, beat up Holly, threw her out. So the final two was Austin and Falcon. Then hit, I think it was
Falcon's
the
Fury in the corner.
Yeah.
Off of the head. Yeah, Falcon's Fury.
Hit.
They both rolled out the ring.
Yeah. Austin rolled out because she can't get eliminated in a Rumble if you're on the outside. But Falcon followed, threw Lana back in, grabbed a microphone,
cut a promo.
Yeah. Pointed towards someone on the far side that we couldn't see.
All right.
Grabs this girl, threw her into the ring. So we don't know who this is. There were people around us just going, "Who's this?"
I mean, you're assuming though that it is on purpose, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
There is no kind of people going, no, stop. Like no security. Even those round were just saying, yeah. So brings the girl in, who no one knows at this point, and she points to this person and says, "This is Lana Austin's daughter."
Yeah, I was going to say it was like.
I didn't see that bit. I didn't see that clip.
Yeah, Lana's daughter come in.
So basically says, "You wanted to be a pro wrestler." He went, "Because everyone hates your mum." He went, "No one likes your mum." Pretends to continues to beat her. And he says,
Lana's daughter.
Yeah. Basically,
stunner.
Literally tears more into her daughter. It says, "You weren't good enough to be a pro wrestler." Turns round, half a second later, spins around, stunner.
Lana's daughter hits a stunner, which popped.
Oh, yes. Everyone cheers.
Love it.
I've seen Lana's daughter before in Atomic at the previous show when Lana tried to sacrifice her to Kemper. But this was the first time Lana's daughter has actually hit a move. And of course, it was a stunner, as you do.
Hit the stunner. They both eliminated her. And then they played Lana's music, which is simply the best. To which she did many times to draw the attention. She's like, "Stop playing me music. I want to say something." And then the music stopped. There was no microphone because no one could find one. And then proceeded to get everyone to join in with "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" by Aerosmith. So everyone, I say everyone joined in. I hate the song, so I didn't join in. But most of the crowd, whether it be booze fueled or they liked the song, all joined in. So it was like an a cappella version of everyone singing it. Both the Austins kind of left. Falcon wasn't happy. She went up, being in finger. Which then brings us to the main event, which was...
You forgot Holly Barlow come out and celebrated with the Austins.
Oh, yeah. So after just before they started singing, Holly came out hugging kind of Lana to celebrate, raised both their arms. Kind of everyone was happy. And then we came to the main event, which was Scott Oberman going up against Wild Boar for the Atomic Championship. What did you think on this? Because
this match blew me away. Like, I was on the Wild Boar side because I always boo Oberman. It took a while for the Wild Boar fans to like get involved. I started it off, and then our side of the room were cheering for Wild Boar. The rest of the room was all Scott Oberman.
In fairness, I was chatting Oberman. I was the only one on that side.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But it was
a damn good match.
It was a bruising encounter. It's probably the best. It's the first title bout I've seen him at Atomic where you genuinely thought he could lose here.
Yeah.
The more it went on, because I said I don't see Oberman losing it, but as it went on, you're thinking, "Oh, are we going to get a title change?" It seemed for a good time. It was.
That's the struggle with shows like this. When you've got a champion and stuff like that, you feel like there's got to be some kind of build between various shows. So for someone to kind of come in and just have that match and to make you go, maybe, that's pretty huge.
Because I was thinking, would he like make the trips to like Atomic to defend? Trying to think like properly, but then when the match was so good, that leaves your head. You're thinking, oh, he's gonna win it, because Boar was just he had Oberman in so much trouble.
Yeah, Boar was locked in.
Yeah,
he's a beast, literally.
I mean, whether it was inside or outside, Boar just beat up Oberman.
A lot of guardrail spots on the outside.
Yes.
All right.
One I don't think Oberman expected. I don't think he expected the guardrail to give in one where he got speared into it.
Yeah. That
looked.
Yeah. That looked. And the editor got took out with that.
And got caught in that as well.
And got caught in that.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Out of the way.
Oberman did a top rope crossbody to the outside with all the ring crew and Boar.
Which was funny watching the clip of. I think you were going no, and then you couldn't believe it. And then there was another one where the funniest clip I have was on the outside again, where Oberman gets Boar for a tombstone, and it's literally Myles just going no, 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 and he does it. He goes no. It was the equivalent of Snake dying in Metal Gear Solid.
I was locked in for that match.
Yeah, it was almost like me just going. It was almost like having two different kinds of wrestling fans in like good ways, where it's like one's thinking, "I'm just enjoying this for the match it is," and one's like really dialed in just going. That Myles is more dialed in, and I'm just thinking, how are they going to work this? I'm getting
from here.
I'm getting more like technical and with like a booking head on.
Yeah.
And Myles just like the biggest fan, which made it fun on both accounts. And then Oberman must have hit about two, three running spears on him in the entire match. Hit again that move of like diving off the top rope but I think he jumped this time off the top rope to hit the cutter on board to kind of stun him. Picked him up, hit the Spirit of the Blues, picked up the victory. Oberman remains your champion.
Boo.
However, as Oberman went up the steps onto the stage to celebrate holding the title aloft, he then got attacked by Kessler.
Whee!
Who used the belt as a weapon. So Oberman was down and out. Kessler was talking to the camera, obviously saying, "I'm going to be the next champion," or along the lines of that.
Yep.
And that's how the show ended, which was it was nicely set up for the next show. I feel.
I see Kessler being the next champ.
I'm beginning to come around to that, unless they have someone mess him up. But I think Kessler's does look a good bet for being possibly the next title holder.
Kessler's terrifying to behold.
Yes. I love watching
him on a picture. If you see a poster of him on a card, and then you see him in person, it's one of those where you kind of go, "Wait, what? He's that big? What the fuck?" Kind of thing. Yeah. It's like when you see a film and parts of the trailer aren't in the film. It's like, I was sold something different. This is a mammoth dude.
Yeah. So, I'll ask you another question then, Myles. Out of 5, how would you rate Catch Pro?
5.
What, this show or
both shows for me were straight 5s. Like both shows. If you put both shows combined, you're talking like 10 stars between them. They were, even more.
They were
like,
both.
Both of these shows were 5-star shows.
I would give. I would give Catch Pro 4 out of 5. Only because I don't give 5 out of 5s.
Because of the travel.
That's the only reason.
Is that the travel? You like Ofcom? You can't. You like, not Ofcom. Ofsted. You can't.
All right, I'll put it another way. I will give Catch 4.5 out of 5. And Atomic, I will give 4.75 out of 5.
He's not a Dave Meltzer.
No.
No, over 16.5 stars.
The only 5-star I like is the band from the 80s.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know who.
For the kids. And no one is going to call going live and swear. Only certain people will get that reference. But
that's very much a niche. That's a niche joke.
That's a niche blooper. Google it if you want. It's funny. But yeah, 2 great shows.
Good week of wrestling.
We've had fun.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for that, because like with your last bridge review, where you genuinely seemed, and I can only use the word giddy by it, that was very much the vibes of this. It's like if you weren't there, you need to find a way to watch these shows. I know this because I don't know what it's going to look like as far as kind of when we present this out on YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah. However, Myles has gotten progressively closer to the camera.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for that review. So obviously, pretty like a lot is happening. This is the period of time of the year when everything starts to kind of like kick off, and to kind of come into the podcast and the way that we are with these two shows. Thank you so much. It's been really good to have you on here today, Myles, to take us through some stuff with producer Petter. I know you gave us some emotional support and memory support. So thank you very much for that. And now we go into our coming attractions.
Hello, I'm Jay Sherman, and this is Coming Attractions.
You've got your edit in your head, just go, this is the bit where this happens.
Can't you tell I'm a producer?
Oh my God, yeah, 100%. So, coming up, as far as like, there's so many shows coming up. We will do a show that's kind of like focusing on all of the indie shows and all the things that are happening around the next few weeks and months, kind of thing. However, in the meantime, we currently have a show that myself and Nikki were very looking forward to with Infamous, and I'm sure you guys are too, as you are the people that got us to go to Infamous. So thank you again. We've got Dogs of War on the 12th of April. Now, unfortunately, myself and Nikki will not be attending this show. However, once again, I'm sure our boys will very much keep us up to date on what's happening.
I'll be there.
So just to run through the card on that, we've got Prince Pele, open challenge. A lot has been going on with him within Infamous and recently, so very cool to see Prince Pele kind of doing something. I wonder who his opponent will be. I'm sure
we know who it is. We found out, but
did we?
Yeah.
I might miss this. I don't need this social media.
Do you want to keep it?
No. Lay it out. Lay it out, brother.
Lay it down. Lay the smack down. Adam Bolt.
No, I did know this. Shiz. I did know this. Thank you. This is why I need Nikki. So yeah, that'll be a very cool, fun match. Really like interesting kind of thing here. Styles, because Adam Bolt is, I mean, the clues in the name. He's super fucking fast. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Prince Pele is always an absolute treasure, and like I always say, that man has the aura of a hug, which makes me feel very, very comfortable to be around. So thank you, sir. We have Lewis Johnson versus Tom Felwell versus Lucy Sky versus Dan Evans. What the fuck is going to happen there? I have no idea. All I know is I genuinely, with all of those people, I know it's going to be a hard-hitting match, and I'm very excited to see that myself. So again, yeah, please keep us up to date. We've got Leah Raven versus the returning Holly Bar. Not returning. Is this debuting?
No, it's the other way around. Holly
It's the other way around.
Yeah, sorry, I had it written down wrong. Holly Barlow versus Leah Raven. Two names who have been regularly in the last like 5 or 6 months, like coming into our ears, and then coming into the shows that we're hearing about, and then coming into the shows that we're watching. So that's gonna be very fucking cool.
I'm looking forward to that match.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Very much. I know you're hyped, especially on Holly Barlow and stuff you brought up before, Petter, for sure. This next match I am pumped for, in Joe Kessler versus Christy Quinlan. Oh my God. Please and thank you, sirs. Just beat the ever-loving fuck out of each other like you know you can. You boys are going to scrap, and we are all here for it, I'm pretty sure. So very excited for that one. We've got Act 2 versus the 05. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to see the 05 live yet, but me, myself, and Nick. I know you boys have. I can only imagine this match is going to slap pretty hard, because you got Act 2 are just, the chemistry between the two of them is always so wonderful to see. You can see there's a genuine joy and passion there between the two of them, a genuine friendship. And when you see that against anyone, really, when you see a tag team like that, it's just, you know, you're going to get gold. And the last time I saw Act 2 in person, it was against Ian Skinner. And I feel bad about this. Please cut
Charlie
this.
Vice.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, Charlie Vice. I'm trying to. I've got a lot of information in my head that usually is accompanied by another person who's a lot smarter than me, and it's just me. No brain cells, just vibes. So
this is about auto cue.
100% Act 2 and 05 is gonna fuck. The Horde versus VGS. Please and thank you, says. And now this match is this is part of the I should have mentioned previously, it's the Infamous 8 quarterfinal. So Act 2 and the 05 are part of the Infamous 8, as is VGS versus the Horde. So these are very important matches leading into the next show. These are ones to keep your eye on. Very much so. VGS. I have no idea where these are going to go. All I can say, fantasy booking wise, I want to see VGS go through because I would like to see, personally, not because I want to see any bad blood, but VGS versus Quintessential somewhere down the line.
I think that'll be the final.
Please and thank you, right? Like, it's got to be. It just feels like there's something there and it needs to happen. Hopefully they can all stay brothers at the end of it, though, because that is the important thing. And our main event for the Infamous show, Dogs of War, is Isaac North versus Declan McCarthy. This was announced at the previous show, Stand Your Ground and Fight, by DJ King himself. Very, very, very excited for this one. The last match I saw Isaac North have went into a car park, and that was good fun. Declan McCarthy, from what I've seen live myself, I haven't seen him anywhere else. However, in Infamous, that dude, I'm a very quick fan of Declan McCarthy. I love his style. So that's going to be a very, very cool match. And I know you guys know Declan McCarthy more than we do and stuff like that. You actually gave us some information on him and made us kind of gave us a vibe on what to expect. So that was very helpful.
Yep.
So yeah, that is a banging card, which I can only assume one or both of you are going to.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'm seeing trains and funding.
Yes.
Also touching on Declan McCarthy. So at the next Future Shock, not the one tomorrow at the Fairfield, but the one at the Stockport Guildhall, Declan McCarthy is facing former TNA World Champion Steve Macklin.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking respect on his name.
That's a match and a half.
That's gonna go so hard. Damn, dude. Okay. Very cool. And that's where can you see that,
guys? Because
sorry, Myles, where can you see that?
Stockport Guildhall, Future Shock.
Superb.
Next Sunday.
All right, cool.
On show 1 or 2, is it, Peter?
I believe it is show 2.
Show 2, yeah.
They're doing a weekender.
Yeah.
Very
well.
Good.
It's both. No, it's Sunday, but it's
just Sunday. But yeah, split show.
So the first show will be at 2, and the second show will start at 6.
Sensational. Okay, cool.
So you can nip to the local co-op, and if you're very quick, nip to McDonald's and walk back up the hill, because you will have worked it off by the time you get up there.
I've not been to Stockport Guildhall before, but
you are in for a treat.
Get yourself a meal deal. Keep it easy.
Also, get yourself a meet and greet with Macklin.
Fuck yes. Sorry, I'm just grabbing up my notes.
And also, one other match we do know on Future Shock, which is on show 2, is for the #1 contendership for the tag team titles, which the 05 currently holds.
Yes, still wild from what you've said and what I've seen on online and stuff like that.
So they won it a couple shows ago, but they will be facing a team that beat them a couple shows back, FTM, and FTM are still feeling. Critchy feels aggrieved at least as to why they beat the 05.
You can't fucking do that. That's not fair. We deserve those fucking titles. Not fucking fair.
I didn't know Zach Gibson was here.
Hey.
But yeah, the
Eric Scout, boys.
The 05 lost to FTM, and then the 05 won a number one contenders match.
Yeah,
and FTM think, well, why are they number one contenders when we beat them? Fair enough point. But they will get a chance to win that number one contendership if they can at Danger Zone on the 13th. Very quickly, though, Future Shock is holding its kind of variety show, so to speak.
Okay.
Called That Wrestling Show, where we have a few people. We don't know who they are. We know the characters, at least. Some more known than others. So we have Alpha Jim. Don't know who that is. Strong Dad, who we have a good idea who that could be.
Meat Wagon. It's got to be.
It could be Alpha Jim. Who knows? We have Super Afternoon Fever, whoever that is. Oh, we also have Tina Austin, who looks very much like Lana Austin in a Tina Turner wig. Just putting that out there.
She is simply the best.
And travelling all the way from Scandinavia, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bjorn Barlow will be there.
Nice. So you'll feel a very good connection being Finnish yourself, Petter.
Yeah. So I might have, travelled through Finland. So we will see. Nice Scandinavian ties. So we'll see what we see. But that is tomorrow at the Fairfield Social Club.
Very good, very good. Okie dokie. So other shows coming up we have, which is probably kicking off just about now actually, which we'll probably be able to talk about, is North Monumental on Triller TV. We're going to be watching that when we finish this record. As far as the card goes, we don't have an official card for some of the opponents. We've lost Myles. It's all gone off. However, we've got
to watch it.
We just have to see. We've got Faust and Keg Stacker. That'll be fucking brilliant against Shreddy versus mystery opponents.
Ooh.
So we'll see what that is. We've got Jet Marshall versus Joe Wade. Joe Wade is someone
That'll be good.
Yeah, we saw Joe Wade once and we were enamored with him, and we haven't seen him since ourselves. That's exciting to see. We're giddy for that. We have got Kid Like Us 2 in action. We've got G Money in action. We've got Leon Slater in action. We have got Lucia Lee and Eve Bateman versus the team of Rio and Emerson Jane.
Hey.
What a match that is going to be. I'm so excited that we have got Myles and Kemper. That is going to go. They're a team against Rampage and Cruz. Rampage and Cruz are a funny one because I just feel like Rampage is just like, yeah, you're here. All right, yeah, you're on my team. What the hell? Like, and Cruz is just this constant kind of like trying. And I love that. Cruz is someone who, if you watch Progress, if you watch a bunch of other shows, it's been great to see him. He's got a devastating finisher. I don't know if he has found a name for it yet, but he's got a devastating finisher. And our main event for the Ultraviolent, well, it seems like it's the main event on the card picture that I've got. I don't know if it's the actual main event. However, the Ultraviolent World Championship between Ace Matthews and Big Lou Nixon, the Geordie who comes out to techno music. So that is a match card that is going to fuck pretty hard. And the last match I do want to point some attention to is the up-and-coming Live Forever. This is for superfan Alex, who unfortunately passed away. We have had several tribute shows to him in individual promotions. However, the very cool thing about this is there are
multiple
champions from all the Northwest promotions, or from top Northwest promotions. We've got EPW, Off the Page, Odyssey, TNT, Atomic, Infamous, and GPW. Yeah, and if you look at the card, which I'm sure our delightful producer Petter will post as this is coming up, you can see this is just a hit list of absolutely incredible wrestlers for an incredibly, very important and very cool cause, for someone who really truly loved wrestling, and to be able to present that and put that out for people, and to show some love. And it's the wonderful side of wrestling that we've seen when the community comes together and just kind of goes, no, this sucks, let's show some love. And power to that. So very excited there. So that's kind of as far as upcoming attractions. One thing I'd like to close the show out with, as we have lost 2 of our 4, it's just us 2 now, Petter. 1-on-1, how's that knee?
It's getting better.
It won't be soon.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, bring it on, motherfucker. Let's see. I'm not driving you to Infamous now, so like all plans that I had are completely done.
Running scared.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
This is what happens. This is why we can't be alone together.
She's basically the peacemaker.
I've been playing as Peacemaker on Mortal Kombat, and he is not a peacemaker. One thing I will like to finish this out with is something that we've mentioned a few times on the show. We have posted the link, and we will post the link again, because even though the target has been hit, Charlie's fundraiser. Charlie, where are you go? Come back here, you son of a bitch. Goddamn, he's pissed. His fundraiser to do the zip wire through Vegas for Maggie's cancer centers has hit its target, which is incredible. Earlier when we started this, it was at 540. It is now at 550, so it is still ongoing. Just because we've hit the target does not mean we can't raise more money for an incredibly good cause. Well done to everyone. Well done to Charlie. Very fucking cool, and for a very important cause. And it will no doubt result in some kind of hilarious video, I am sure. And I'm just going to say it right now. Tinky Winky. That's for Charlie right there. Just so he can go, oh, God, no one will let me let this down. Because they shouldn't, because you dress like Tinky Winky. But yeah, Petter, thank you so much for your wonderful reviews once again of Catch and Atomic this week. When we can get out to some shows, and we will talk some more on some of the stuff we've been watching next time. But is there anything you want to add before we boogie?
No.
Fuck. I'm sorry, I just wanted to see if we can make you break. It's so hard to make you break sometimes. No, thank you very much as always. I will send a message to Myles personally. I'm sure you will as well, to make sure that he hasn't just died, because he just dropped off out of nowhere. So I'm sure he's in the middle of something. To my love, Nikki, who is elsewhere right now.
Watching North.
She's currently watching North. She probably won't be on the next show. She's got something coming up for herself. And so we'll talk about a bit more next time, in which case just send some love. But until next time, everyone, thank you very much for listening. Stay good. Enjoy wrestling. Don't, like we always say here, you love what you love. You enjoy the wrestling that you enjoy. There's so much different types out there. Just celebrate it. Don't shit on other people for liking what they like. Just enjoy what you enjoy and champion it, because the wrestlers are genuinely putting their bodies on the line. I will never understand fully, because I am not a wrestler. But all I know is that shit looks like it fucking hurts. So thank you as always to the wrestlers, to the fans, to producer Petter. Myles, thank you for being here. My love lady, Nikki, lady love Nikki. Sorry, got the words wrong.
Shall we, in tradition, wave?
I think we have to. Okay. 3, 2, 1.